I can't process how quickly we got over George Floyd. Like and all those things. So I don't know. In terms of that kind of political stuff, I find it is really shocking how little critical thinking is part of most education, right?
Hmm.
Like I think
Well, I
there's
mean, if you think about what the purpose of teaching a student how to do crits in art school, it's supposed to be about like it should be just called critical thinking, like as a
yeah.
class. I mean, that's the things that I missed the most about being a student in grad school was being put into a room where the only purpose of the time spent together was to engage in critical thinking.
Mm.
And if you're only navigating critique and art school as a way to turn your work into a profit making machine, I think you're missing so many aspects of developing your critical thinking voice and your capabilities of being able to see the world through a more, in my opinion, realistic lens. Because like you can't assume that what is on the surface is going to be the truth, and it takes energy and time. And I feel so privileged in so many aspects of my life, and the the opportunity that I've had to be in art school and to like take these critical classes and to be able to like read texts that have expanded my thinking. I took this class when I was like still an undergrad that was called intercultural communications.
Hmm.
And, I was, I think like 23 or 24 when I took this class, and it completely shifted my perspective and allowed for me to start trying to like dismantle a lot of the thought processes that had operated on since I was deculted a bit from the
Wait, you
intensity.
weren't in a cult. You're talking more metaphorically, right?
I What do you call really intense branches of the evangelical
Okay.
church?
No, that's fair. So like
I
what church are we talking, like mega churches?
Yeah, yeah, I was
Okay.
definitely part of as I was part throughout most of the formative years of my childhood. I was part of like a small but mega church. Like it was like a smaller community, but they operated like a mega church. And that was like the church that I went to where we went on like mission trips, which is just so offensive to me as like a human adult, where I'm just like, I cannot believe that we did that. I cannot believe that I engaged in that. I have like nothing good to say.
It's
So
essentially colonialism. Is that's
it
what
is.
I mean,
It's
that's
just
like why Los
perpetuation of
Angeles.
colonialism. Yeah.
That's why one of the things that's funny to me, we were talking about OPAF. That place is called San Pedro, not San Pedro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Los Feliz, even in English, you can't say, like, you can't, it's not Los Files.
Oh, yeah. I
And
mean,
it's
the simmering underlying tension that is that everything is a colonialist lie that props up like the white capitalist patriarchy. Like all of that is just
yeah.
it's just so apparent and obvious that like it's um I think for a lot of people it's like you can't even deal with confronting that in your reality because it's so like changes everything about how you view the world if you ever believed any of that. And I think, I'm still processing all of and trying to like remove from my own way of thinking so many things that I just took for completely, as truth. And realizing like, you know, when we can't sing religious songs for a family funeral because not everybody is religious. So then we go towards singing a patriotic song and that being just as offensive and just as horrifying as singing a religious song is like,
What's the patriotic song?
oh, my. Hmm.
Because I mean, it will put a boot up your ass.
Yeah,
The
my
range is like pretty broad, you know. It can get
this
really
was
specific.
this was God, no, it wasn't God, it was America the Beautiful, I
Okay,
think.
so it's like that. It's an old timey patriotic song.
Oh yeah, like
Okay,
one of the ones that I learned while I was going to a Christian school
from
when
when
I was a
America
kid.
was actually beautiful and still had
Yeah.
like rolling landscapes.
Uh-huh. Why, yeah, yeah. Beautiful for who?
What did you think of our conversation? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our merch store. Special thanks to our patrons. To become a patron, go to patreon.com/whatsmythesis. All the links are in the description below.